The best SUV. Did I just say the best? Or the best electric SUV? Well, that's on you. Yep, I'm ranting about the Tesla Model X. Performance, luxury, economical, all under a single roof. The Model X has been amazing us since 2015. When it was first launched, consumers didn't expect much from the car, but when they came to know of it, the sales and the fans for the Model X shot up to the sky. Today, we're here to discuss about the new refreshed version of the Tesla Model X, and that too, the Plaid edition. Hey everyone, and welcome to Tesla News, where we bring you the newest and best updates about Tesla and Elon Musk. For daily videos, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to join our Discord server to discuss future topics. So, as we were talking, the new Tesla Model X is here. There's plenty to love about its mega range, wild available performance, and still good looks. The exterior modifications are very minimal, except for the lower front fascia that's a little bit different. Well, that's about the exterior, but the interior has a lot more upgrades than you can imagine. It's like a gaming PC on board, with the new steering yoke on the new Model X. The horizontal screen that's 17 inches, which is the same as before, but you get a bigger rear screen where you can play video games. And not just that, every passenger in the car gets a wireless phone charger and lots of other changes on board. Tesla has publicized a video to guide owners through all the new features of the updated SUV. But that's not what we're here for. We're going to discuss about the new steering yoke on Model X, like on the previous generation Model S. So, this specific steering wheel has got the attention of several enthusiasts and viewers. They all want to know what's going to be different, how it's going to be like, and all that stuff. So, let's take a deep dive into it. Over the weekend, Tesla has commenced the deliveries of its updated Model X, after a few uncertainties, pauses, and periods of a low generation earlier this year. The automaker's SUV, which first debuted in 2015, has obtained interior and exterior updates that were first initiated at the onset of this year, but production of the updated model had not commenced until very lately. There have been quite a few attempts throughout time to reinvent the automotive steering wheel. Now comes Tesla with their aircraft-style yoke, or is it a bloated Formula One wheel? So, the new yoke-shaped steering wheel might also seem inspired by the steering wheels from the Model 3 and Model S, especially the inner sides. The whole upper portion is removed, and the lower portions made flat. There are no spokes on both sides, and their function was to turn on your windshield wipers or your signal, and is replaced by force-touch buttons. A gentle press has the turn signal flashing 3 times and the yoke vibrating 1 time. A hard press vibrates the yoke twice, with the turn signal flashing until the driver squeezes the button again to cancel. This is made all the more illogical by the lack of physical buttons to press and the possibility for their orientation to flip while turning. Drivers say that it actually bothers them even more than the steering wheel, with all the functionality like lights, window washers all shifted to touch-sensitive buttons mounted on the yoke itself. This means they change position as it turns and could be hard to interpret without the physical feedback of a button. The yoke would vibrate once or twice to indicate which mode you're in, but on bumpy roads, that may be very hard to distinguish. Apart from these, the traditional method of making a sharp turn at a corner or into a parking lot or driveway would be hand-over-hand turning and shuffle steering, which are nearly impossible in this car thanks to where the yoke ends on the steering wheel. You'd have to compensate for having to rotate the wheel 180 degrees by starting with your hand at the base of the wheel. But the yoke's curtailed top and squared-off bottom makes such a move totally impossible. The shape of the yoke itself adds another unnecessary membrane of confusion, particularly during a 3-point turning maneuver. As you rotate around steering wheel, you always know what to anticipate, even when you aren't looking. With the yoke, you might get a corner, a flat side, or nothing at all. Instead of applying the consistent torque that's necessary to turn a steering wheel, the odd-shaped yoke requires the driver to exert various different degrees of push and pull forces, which can cause the car to lurch instead of steering smoothly. Tesla CEO Elon Musk indicated that the company made all these changes because making another round wheel would be boring and also blocks the screen, adding that Tesla's full self-driving function, which is currently controversial due to its safety concerns, when in panoramic mode it looks way better with the Yoke steering wheel. The Consumer Reports recently published a brutal study entirely focused on the Model S Yoke, remarking that the organization's test drivers found the steering equipment to be tough to hold onto and awkward to drive with. To get a better sense of how this Yoke might influence best practices for driving, supporters of the Yoke might point to the record-setting lap the Model S Plaid established at Nürburgring, the famed German racetrack where automakers duke it out for gloating rights. But high-speed racing on a track compels a lot of little steering adjustments, not the kind of big moves that are easier with a wheel than a Yoke. Bending to avoid road debris or a stopped vehicle may be more difficult. There arise several comments on this new upgrade. Some attribute a desire to improve visibility, both through the windshield and of the instrument cluster. Others say it gives a better autopilot experience, with its whole futuristic look and aesthetic, helping to bridge the gap between the cars of today and an imagined autonomous future. Others say it came about simply because Tesla chief Elon Musk and lead designer Franz von Holzhausen wanted it. So, how do you want your Model X to be like, with the Yoke or without? Actually, you can't. Tesla's CEO Elon Musk tweeted Friday, "That's right, there'll be no choice for a regular wheel," which we believe is something that will turn off a lot of forthcoming customers. We also doubt that retrofitting one from an earlier S or X will be different and risky when it comes to the warranty, if not impossible. So, in fact, a conventional circular steering wheel is no longer available on the Model S, nor the mechanically related Model X SUV, even as an option. What's your opinion on this? Would you deal with the weird and nonsensical steering wheel, or go lay your hands on a Porsche Taycan, which is pretty much the same price? Please do mention your views on it in the comment section below. Months ago, there had been some controversy as to whether the Model X would obtain the Yoke-style steering as an option versus a standard feature, alongside the updated Model S. And after it became clear that the sedan would be fitted only with the Yoke steering, it was speculated that the same would pertain to the Model X too. Despite the wait for the refreshed model, it's obvious that Tesla has been able to post-list all the delivery numbers, with the Model 3 and Model Y accounting for 96% of all Tesla's deliveries in the past quarter. The disparity has been interpreted as an examination of the fashionableness of the less expensive Tesla models at home and overseas, now that the automaker's Shanghai plant is also churning out vehicles for China and Europe. So, the lopsided delivery numbers have demonstrated, among other things, that the two older models are not important to Tesla's bottom line, but could benefit from complete redesigns in the close future. The Model X now commences sale at $101,190 for the long-range version, which offers a range of 360 miles, while the Model X Plaid starts at $121,990 and offers 2.5-second takeoffs to 60 miles per hour, along with a 340-mile span. Of course, having just obtained a major update, the Model X, however, has a few years left in it, even if Tesla's made it obvious that it doesn't quite follow traditional business product cycles. Still, the onset of deliveries of the fresh version does not mean that the delay time has been lifted or reduced in some fashion. Buyers requesting one just now will likely have to pause into the middle of next summer at the earliest to obtain their vehicle. Tesla Model 3 and Model Y delivery times are slightly more favorable, but may still span in excess of 5 months at the moment. Anyways, that's about it for today. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more content just like this one. And while you're at it, turn on post notifications so that you never miss out on any of our future uploads. Drop a like for the video if you're a huge fan of what Tesla's doing in the automotive industry. If you wish to learn more about the Model X, check out our review videos. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll meet again in the next one.